What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 most overpowered players in my team history, lads. This is going to be obviously covering the last 10 years of NBA 2K22 my team. So we're talking overpowered in the sense of cards that really either low rated cards that really outperformed their overalls in previous years, or in current years because basically everybody is 99 or 98, players that just really outperform how they should be. Like a card, for example, in the 2K21 or 2K22 that comes out in March and is still a god in August would fit this category, because we started off with like 599 overall cards, and now we end up close to 500. So anyway, yeah, basically these are players that are all just so overpowered because they are way better than they should have been in my team. So you're not going to see any like freaking endgame Dirk, endgame Wilt. Those guys might end up my best all-time list in a few days. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. First up is one of two my team players ever to be nerfed, and it's Hito Turcaloo. Hito Turcaloo was the most broken player in the freaking game in 2K19. Best drill moves in the game. They gave him base 11. They gave him the best fadeaway. I greened that, lads. Like, the normal leaner was so OP that year, and it was a crazy one. Like, he had his diamond card. He had his amethyst card. And they were both absolutely ridiculous cards. The amethyst one had base 11 before he got patched, whereas the diamond just had all the shooting badges on Hall of Fame, and he could hit fadeaways more than anybody else. As well as that, Hito Turcaloo was the easiest player to get open with off the dribble. He was 6'10", so he had a huge body. There were no position locks, so you could play him point guard. It was just it was just one of those years where everything kind of came together to make Hito the damn best. Like, in my opinion, the best card in 2K19, including freaking Giannis. Then, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to go Dwyane Wade. So, you might argue Pink Dwyane Wade, but that Pink Dwyane Wade was like 150, 200 KMT. So, I'm going to say, like, I'd rather go for his diamond, because his diamond came out early enough in the year, like in May, that so many people used him. This guy, in the way the game was in 2K20, Wade kind of ran the show. And I remember in budget squads, even in like August, when I went 12-0 with a budget squad, Wade was everyone's budget point guard. He was 4,000 MT. It was a game where you could literally get people glitched into screens, but you're seeing it now with Wade base. The amount of shots that he could hit, how easy it was to quick stop. And again, you just have to cross over around screens and you get that type of animation. You're open, and if you can green, you can green. The best release in the game, other than 98, Dwyane Wade was him in NBA 2K20. And I can't believe I made this list last year and forgot to put Dwyane Wade on the list. This card especially, because he was 4,000 MT, you would see 300, 400 KMT squads with this version of Dwyane Wade as their point guard. Absolutely nuts. Then, week 1 Houston. Before the stick patch, the most unguardable player in the history of my team. Pre-stick patch. Albeit the stick patch came a week and a half into the game. He didn't miss. He did not miss. Like, I would frequently play guys that were good at this game, and Allen Houston would drop 60 on them. I won 82 games in a row. Or say, not even 82. I won 200 games in a row. 82 before they patched the stick patch. On just unlimited on my account. But literally, like, I'd be playing other people's accounts. I'm like, dude, do you have Allen Houston? And they were like, yeah, okay, I've won. You would literally run toward... You wouldn't even... Like, it was nothing about needing to know how to dribble, because it was uncontestable, the animation. You would run towards the sideline, you would hold down the stick, and you could green almost every time. It was a wide open. It was glitchy, unguardable. It was patched after a week, though. 2K14 James Harden is next. So 2K14, 2K13, it's kind of hard to say overpowered players. This Harden just had this weird knack to go off. There was a badge, I can't remember what it was, but there was a badge that would make you like randomly miss shots. It was a really weird one back then. Was it like, I can't remember what it was. Dwyane Wade used to always have it, but Harden had it, but he just never seemed to ever miss. Like, you would get Harden the ball in any scenario in 2K14, and his 3-point rating was 83, which back then was actually pretty good, but he just never missed. I don't know what it was. Harden never missed. This Sapphire Harden was a free card, and he was an 86 overall. He was my shooting guard the rest of the year, and I had like freaking 99 overall Michael Jordans. I had 99 LeBron. Harden was that guy. He carried me shooting wise. He was my main shooter for the year. And yeah, I think a lot of people did realize that Harden 2K14 just never ever missed in general. which was kind of crazy considering his ratings weren't even that good. Then bhullar. So, I'm saying, how is a bronze player here? You have to take into account what 2K16 was. So for the first 2 seeds of Road to the Playoffs, which is main game mode, you had to use bronze players and you had 1 silver player. So bhullar was basically a guaranteed win because he had the best player build. Just look at the size of the guy. He had the largest player build in the history of my team. A player build that no longer exists. Like, this player build no longer exists. Man, if bhullar had this player build last year on that 99 overall card, it would be the greatest card in the history of my team. But just an unguardable presence in those seeds. Even when, like, people would use bhullar against 99 overalls, and bhullar, because of his player build, would just dominate on them. A stupidly overpowered card. And then, the reason why I had to mention, like, higher overalls is Luka Doncic. Like, we have got right now, like, nearly 200 Dark Matters. We've got nearly 2. This card came out nearly 4 months ago. And he's still easily a top 10 card in the game on next gen. He's broken, man. He's literally broken. Like, I have to put Luka here because there's literally a freaking glitch in the player. The player is glitched. You will see it in these clips. Just look at the shots I'm shooting. I did spend entire gameplay with Luka just shooting heavies. I literally spent this entire gameplay, my original gameplay, intentionally trying to shoot heavies in every single possession. A normal contest registers as an open. A 100% smothered registers as a 30% contest. And with the way Luka's release is and his upper, every one of those is greenable through. Is he as good as Wilt? Is he as good as Dirk right now? No. Is he as good as Invincible? No. And he's still a 4-month-old card who's a top 10 card in my team, which is something that we have never seen since like the 2K19 days, where a card after 4 months can still be in the top 10 of overall players. And Luka is just broken this year. Then we go to 2K13, Gerald Green. Dude was better than LeBron. So, in 2K13, defensive stats did not matter. Only thing that mattered on defense was your player's speed and your player's height. It's the only thing that mattered on defense in 2K13. I wish I could have more My Team clips. But dunks couldn't be blocked. So if you got into a dunk animation, you couldn't be blocked. Also, 3-pointers were incredibly overpowered this year because contest system was broken. And what do you get when you get a super fast 73 overall card who's got like a 99 dunk and like a 93 ball? You get Gerald Green. And because he wasn't playing for the Pacers and in 2K13, price are based in real life, he was the cheapest player in the game. He was literally the cheapest player in the game. And maybe the best offense player. Dude was better than LeBron. It was nuts. Then 2K21 Bol. Like, this guy was the fastest player in the game on next gen. Like, just look at the way he moved. He was one of the worst defensive players in the game I've ever seen because he couldn't move without the ball. But there was a perfect storm of everything. Just like Hito Turcaloo in NBA 2K19. That there was just a perfect storm of everything that caused Bol to be the best, or that caused Hito to be the best player, that caused same thing with Bol. So Bol was super fast. He could curry slide because he was really light. He had Pro 2, which means he could side to side spam like nothing. Like, it was nothing. You could 5 out with this guy. He could green everything because he had a good shooting. And then because he was tall, he moved faster with the ball than anyone else. Like, you guys can see these are green. 2K21 was just a mad offensive game. Like, this game was so damn fun. I don't care what anyone says. Like, then maybe a more broken card. Maybe a more broken card in week 1 muresan, the fastest player in the game. So players in 2K20 started off really slow for some reason. So 2K decided to bring in a patch. And all the patch did was very similar to what they did in 2K21. Was every player's speed stat didn't stop mattering. And the taller you were, the faster you ran. As well as that, post hooks were broken, post moves were broken. You would literally give the ball to muresan, run up the floor, and post somebody up. You would run to the basket, you would post them up, you should post up, and you'd score every time. This is one of the other players that were nerfed, just like Hito Turcaloo. He was nerfed by them lowering his stamina to 65. Like, you would give the ball to muresan and just run at the basket. He would be your primary ball handler, which is nuts considering the dude was 7'7". And he was a token reward and a sapphire, but he was still the best damn card in the game for about 2 weeks till like reverse the patch as well. Then, we all know about this dude. Zach Levine. You press the square button and he dunked. 2K15, Zach Levine. You turboed and pressed square and it was a guaranteed 2 points. Again, this is back in Road to the Playoffs where you had to use 1 silver and then a bunch of bronzes in the first 2 seeds. And in the next 3 seeds, you could use 3 golds and a bunch of silvers. So every single team in the first half of Road to the Playoffs had Zach Levine on it. Zach Levine was a just broken player. Every single team had him. He could not be stopped. Coming up against silvers, bronzes, he could not be stopped. If you were not in the unrestricted tiers of on Road to Playoffs and you weren't running Zach Levine, you were going to lose. He was that good. The best player in the game. Eventually they nerfed dunking and he wasn't as good, but he was the best for a while. But yeah, that is basically it, lads. The top 10 most overpowered players in my team history. Obviously, we update this every single year. In 2K22, I think the only player that you can even consider to be in this category is Luka. Like, I was looking at kind of budget players, and I'm like, none of those have really stood the test of time. And I'd be like, oh, maybe someone like a Denny, but I'm like, look, Denny's still not a top 10 point guard in the game. Luka Doncic's 4 months old and still a god. Like, if they came out with a damn Opal Luka that was the exact same as the Dark Matter, that card would have been there. But yeah, so some of the best cards ever in my team. Like, so these guys were all just way better than they should have been. Stats wise may not have been the best. Badges wise, I mean, badges didn't really matter that much till 20. Weren't really the best. But it was just honestly a case of game mechanics for all of these cards. Game mechanics and things that they were individually good at, all combining to just make freaking superheroes. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.